All right. What up? We're just getting set up. We're fishing for anything and everything that bites. Anything that bites. We're actually going to do a little bit of bait fishing here in a second. We'll see what we can get. Maybe nothing, maybe something. But I'm going to set up a little sabiki rig for bait. See if I can catch a couple live baits. These things are a tangled monster. So, got to be careful with them. But we'll see if we can get some live bait on the hook. If we can, we're going to be golden. Last fucker's already tangled straight up in the package. Hey, what's up, Ed? We've just got here. I got one rod set up real quick before I started the live, but we're gonna see what we can get here. All right, bear with me, guys. I'm rigging up real quick on the bait rig. I'm gonna tie on a sabiki rig. See what we can do for some bait. Give me just 1 minute, guys, and we'll be set and ready to go. So, live bait, yeah, I gotta catch some live bait first. Right now, I just have some frozen squid and sand crabs. And a fucking mess on my reel. How'd that happen? Oh, there we go. Okay. So I brought my bass rod to fish for bait. So we'll see what happens. That rod right there that's in the frame has a whole squid on it. So hopefully we'll get a big whole fish on that. We have a chance of many a species here. Hey, Rod, what's happening? Just got here. Don't even have everything all the way set up. I'm setting up a sabiki rig right now to see if I can catch some live bait. So we'll see how it goes. If I can get some live bait, man, that'd be awesome. I'm sure people on me are hearing me talk to myself, thinking I'm on meth, but probably one of the only people here that's not. So give me a second to get this all rigged up. And then I'll kind of give you guys a lay of the land real quick. I'll pan the camera around and show you where I'm at. I'm at the channel entrance from the actual ocean into the bay. So if you see out there, out in the middle, that's open ocean out there. So let me get this back on the rod. I got my tuna rod set up right there with a full squid. So we'll see what we can get. But I'm going to set up this little sabiki rig and see if I can get some live bait. These sabiki rigs are kind of a pain in the ass because it's like 7 hooks on one rig. So it's really easy to fuck them up. They're tangle monsters if you're not careful. And we got a lot of kelp and shit in front of us, so. But we'll see what we can catch. See if I can get live bait, man, that's a game changer out here. Because live bait will give me a way better chance at stuff like halibut. And I'd love to catch a halibut today. That would be definitely a good way to make the drive out here worthwhile. Nice big old halibut. So let me get a little weight for this, and we will be fishing. Well, we'll be bait fishing. We're already fishing. We got a big old squid rig tied on, so I got my snap swivel here for my weight. I'm not a big fan of these things, but for bait fishing, it'll work. All right, guys. So I'm going to go down here for a minute and see if I can get, oops, try to hook myself. God damn it. Motherfucking sabiki rigs. These little sabiki rigs are famous for catching into your clothes. They're just little tiny mosquito hooks. So if you're not careful, you catch yourself like I just did. God dang it. All right. So let me show you guys this sabiki rig. So this is what it looks like. I know it's going to be hard to see on camera. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those little dudes on here. So let me go cast this out, see if we can get some live bait, and see what happens. All right, I'm going to head my ass down the rocks and hopefully not break my ass. And hopefully nothing freaking hits my big rod while I'm down here trying to fish this. There's a bunch of Garibaldi right out here. And there's bait fish right out here. I see a bunch of bait. So these, you just work them real slow and kind of like vertical jig them. Hopefully I'll get a couple live baits. If I get live bait, then we're throwing live bait on the big rod. I have 2 of my tuna rods. Oh, there's a bait school. I just threw this right in the middle of the school bait fish. Hopefully we can get something here. So the sabiki rig, you just kind of see the camera right now. There we go. Oh, nope. It's just a real slow, like, vertical jig twitch. You don't actually really work it, like, in and out, like you know, like you would a plastic or something. You just kind of twitch it a little bit. And I got a bait stool all over it, so we'll see if we get something here on the live bait. A bunch of kelp right in front of me though too, so I gotta try to get past the kelp and into that little bait school without catching the kelp. But if I can get a little baby fish, man, it's game on. We're throwing live bait. That's the only reason I brought the Subiki rig, was hoping for some live bait. Uh-oh. Okay. So far, these little bait fish aren't going at it, but eventually they will. It's just really hard here. It's super rocky. And there's a bunch of kelp right in front of me. These bait fish aren't having it. Let me get out there again. I see a school of them right here. If I can just get it right where they want it, they'll be happy. And it's not like you really feel the bait fish hit. You just got to kind of hope that as you reel it, they snag it, come up. There's a bunch of Garibaldi right here. I'll actually show you guys the Garibaldi. They look like a giant goldfish. They're actually like super protected as well, so catching those is a big old no-no. They're kind of like tilapia. They're more vegan than anything, but you know, the odds of catching one are really slim. You can catch them on peas and all right, these bait fish just aren't having it. Let me wing this over a different direction, go far out. There you go. There's something tapping on it. Okay. I cast over a little bit to the other side, and now I got something trying to play with it. Oh, there's a whole bait school right there. Right in. Okay, so they're right over here. I think we can get this right in the right spot. We'll have some live bait. I should have brought a freaking my pier net, because technically I could have just dropped that in the water, and there we go. I got something. I got a little freaking calico bass. That's hilarious. A little tiny sand bass. I don't know if you guys can see that or not on camera. He's like super tiny. I can't use him for bait. All right. Oh, there we go. Come on, unhook your stuff there, bud. I don't know, 7, 8 pounds. But let me Let me get my rod here, and then I'll come up and show you guys this thing. So this is a little tiny baby bay bass. Cool looking fish. Hey, I just pulled a 1 or 2 my rod and dropped them. Now he's all dirty. But so here he is, little bay bass. These things are really cool looking. All right, let me get him back on the water and see if I can get another bait. Perfect release. Actually, I'm going to go grab my bait bucket just in case. I mean, I'm parked right here by the truck, so it's not like it's a long walk. So it figures it's on the other side of the freaking truck. All right. Just in case I get a couple of baits, I want to be able to keep them alive. I did bring my bait bucket with me and an aerator. So if I can get a couple little bait fish, we got the bait bucket with the air pump on it, so we'll be able to keep some bait. All right, guys. Sorry, I'm not keeping up with chat right now. I'm trying to get some baits. Once I get a bait or two, then we'll be able to sit down and hang out and chill with chat. So I see a little school of bait there. This is really precarious on these rocks. All right, if I can get these little bait fish to bite, we're gonna have a great day. They're looking at it. Sneaky rigs out here. All right, I'm gonna give this a couple more minutes to get our bait, and then I'm gonna toss my other rod, get my other rod hooked up with. I got sand crab as well. Rig is not doing it for the bait though. Now I could tempt them a little more and top it with just a little tiny piece of squid, and that would help. So let's see what happens first. I mean, there's a whole bunch of bait fish right here. Like, I got my polarized glasses on, I can see them really well. There's some rice swimming by. We got a little piece of kelp on one. So these are basically just really tiny flies on this rig, like really tiny flies. And for some reason, it usually works pretty well on the bait. I'm going to try to bring it in here and drop it right through the middle of them. They see it and they scatter. So they're kind of looking at it. Kind of makes me think they're really used to seeing this rig, because this is like a very common bait rig out here. But I'll give it a chance. I'll get a bait. I'm going to top it with a little bit of squid. So you're supposed to vertical jig it, but being on the rocks where I am, I can't really vertical jig it that well. Now these little bait fish are looking at it. I just think it might be able to go bait fish. Who knows? Do one more good cast way out there. Not way out there, but it's out there. Oh, was that mackerel? Oh, no shit. I'll take a little bit of it, yeah. Oh, okay. I'm trying to get some of these little live baits on the Subiki, but they're not wanting it. Yeah. All right, man. Cool. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Dude just hooked me up for like a half a. I mean, these things are small. They're like. If I can get it out here a little bit, I'll let it sit and see what happens. I see a bunch of them right there. Just gonna let it sit right there and see if they can grip. I'm gonna kelp. Start off. Okay. Oh, almost had a live bait, guys. Okay, so seeing it, they're going at it. So feet just got wet. They're looking at it. They're just not coming to it. So I think if I get it out a little deeper. Give me just a minute, guys, and I'll come up and catch up with chat. So I got kelp. Got a big old slobbery thing of kelp. All right, there it goes. There goes half of it. All right, last cast. I really need a lot. I was thinking about bait fishing before live, but what fun is that? I'm going to come up there. I'm going to cast it one more time after this. And I'm going to come up and I got to. What do you guys want to see on that? That's probably iron for bass? Or should I just say screw it and go big and put another rig out there with a big old chunk of the smelt that dude just gave me? What do you guys think? We're going to call the Subiki rig a failure for right now. And we're going to come up and switch over to our big old rod. Well, a chunk of that smelt that guy gave me and try for like a big old fucking ray or a shark or something? Or should I go with like a cast and retrieve type bait? All right. Oh, that's a nice big smelt. That threw me. All right. What do you guys think? All right. So let's see who's all here. Woody, good night, Munchie, Ed, Rod. Wow, chat froze again way back there. Hey, Arizona. All right, guys. So chat froze like way back, so I gotta scroll. Okay. All right, so let's get back on that rod. Let me go grab my bigger rod, and I'm gonna throw. Let's see. I got these crabs. I've never tried those. I should try one of those. I actually, oh, this bobber rig's broken. Damn it. I do have a little bobber rig set up that I could try. The bobber's broken, but that's all right. It's still going to float. I'm going to try that with the crabs for a minute because I've never fished the crab here. And a lot of people have told me that the crab works really good here. So let me grab one. I'll show you what they look like here in a second. Let me get one out of the package and throw them back on ice. They just basically look like an itty bitty teeny tiny lobster. But they're a little baby crab. So this is what they look like. Little focus. So I'm going to throw that on this bobber rig and see if anything will bite that. If it does, that'll be a nice little fish. All right, let me go get this out in the water, guys, and then I'll be right back with you. It flew off. I casted too hard and it flew off. And just got railed by a fish. Son of a bitch. All right, so I might need more weight for those. So I think maybe what I'm going to do, since that didn't work out the way I thought it would, I'm going to set it up on a Carolina rig. So, means I got to cut everything off and start over. All right. Actually, I really don't. I just need to put a swivel on with some weight. So that's what I'll do. I'll go with a weight and some swivels, or a swivel and a weight. And Carolina rig it. This Carolina rig seems to work pretty good out here for the most part. I'm surprised. Well, I am and I'm not surprised then nothing's hit that bigger rod yet. But I got whatever hits that is going to be pretty damn big, because I got one hell of a chunk of bait on there. So, all right, let me find a. I don't have any real big weights with me, do I? This will work. I didn't bring any. Well, I got some 3-ounce, but they might be a little big for what I'm doing here. So let me get this tied up, and then we'll get that out, and I'll be able to get that rod in the holder and hang out with chat. So if I can get my freaking knot tied. So, all right, there's only 10 of you here, but thanks for hanging out, guys. Give me just a minute to get this all rigged up, and then we'll be able to hang out with chat. I'm tying on a Carolina rig. I'm tying my swivel right now. And then I'll tie my leader, and we'll be good. And I'm not going to use fluoro or anything for my leader. I'm just going to go straight braid. The water's actually really clear here for being salt water. It's super clear. All right, there's that. I'll get this little tag end snipped off here. All right. And then I've got my leader. It's about probably 18 inches. No, maybe, yeah, 18, 20 inch on my leader. I'm going to tie one of these little crabs and see what I can get on that. So, uh-oh. I left my line a little short there. There we go. Trying to tie my knot, and I left my little tag end a little short. That good thing that I checked that here, because that knot was not going to stay. All right. I should have tied my Palomar knot to my swivel first for my leader, and then tied my leader on, because I could have done a Palomar on each side. And because I tied my leader on first, I'd have to go around my entire rod with my Palomar knot loop to be able to tie a proper Palomar. So now I got my knot tied. Oh, that's solid. Okay. And I'm just tying like a, whatever you want to call it, the fisherman's knot. 7 wraps through the loop and then back through. All right. Got that tied up. Let me get one of these little crab things here. We'll throw that on as bait. Throw, oh man, they come in assorted sizes, huh? From small to pretty big. And when I say pretty big, I mean that's relative for the species of crab they are. All right. Let me get this little guy hooked in here. And we're going to go see what we can catch on a little crab. These things seem to be pretty delicate, so I'm gonna double hook them here. And by double hook, I mean like I'm just gonna sew them on basically with, go all the way through them. I damn near split them in half. I think it pretty much did split them in half. So I've never actually used these little guys for bait. They are delicate. Yeah, that tore them in half. So I'm right through there, so I'll go through the tail here. All right, I'll go through the tail. And then if I can get that to come through without ripping it in half, I'll go back through the head. I still have a whole crab because he pretty much tore in half. All right, there we go. There we go. That should work. All right, let me get this out in the water and I'll be right back with y'all. And this, I don't think I got to toss this guy out very far. I can get him like right out here, let him sink down, and we should be able to get something right up along that rock line. Because there's like a rock line right at the edge of these rocks, and then there's about 15 feet past that, there's a weed line. So we'll see what we can do here. All right. Let me get that turned. All right, we have 2 rods in the water and we are fishing. All right. I think that's just so close in that it's going to get caught in the kelp, to be honest with you. So, all right, guys. We get both rods in there. It's hard to see them, huh? Oh, well, that's about as best I can do. But so the big rod on the left has an entire squid on it. And the other rod on the right is getting pulled around in the kelp. But it's okay. It is what it is. Grab a drink here. Swap out my monster drink for the one that's cold on ice. All right. Only 8 of you watching. Appreciate you guys. We're fishing Mission Bay. Hopefully we'll get something good. Not as much boat traffic today as I expected. All right. So I can tell by the way this rod's bouncing, it's in the kelp. I need to actually move that, I think. I gotta move this rod, you guys. That's the problem with fishing the bay down here. It's the kelp. The current blows right into the rocks here. Yeah, I'm stuck right in the kelp, and I'm pretty sure I lost my bait because of it. Yeah, I did. So I need to get this. I need to get this even farther out there. I've never fished these little crabs, so I'm not sure what to expect with them. But I'm gonna get this rebaited. Hopefully, I can get it out there pretty good. Here's a bigger one. That's about the, gosh, I think it's pretty good size. The problem is they come frozen, so as they thaw, they get mushy. All right. Let's see what we can do with this one. I'm gonna see if I can hook him pretty good through the body here. They're a little difficult to hook on these circle hooks. Let me see. All right, that's kind of in there. Hopefully he doesn't fly off when I cast him. I'll just be kind of ginger with it. Actually, what I think we're going to do, he's already wanting to come off that hook. See if I can get this way deeper into his body. I'll tell you what, I would not want to play with these things when they're alive because they got some nice claws on them and they look pretty mean. Oh, damn it. I just tore them in half. These are going to be difficult to fish with. So I guess go through the tail like you would a crawdad and see what happens there. Okay. Let me see what happens with this guy now. If I can get down the rocks without breaking my ass. All right. Let me get this dude flung out there. See what happens. All right. So I'm going to let line out as I come up so that I don't drag him in to the kelp. Problem with doing this, though, this way, is I do run the risk to get my line caught up between the rocks. So, which I've done. God damn it. Son of a bitch. I'm caught between the rocks with my line. It's going to be a rough day, you guys. So what happened is, by letting my line loose, there we go, it got snagged up in the rocks here while I was walking up. I'm probably going to lose my bait again. So I got to come through this little bit of kelp. Oh, my bait's still there. Okay. Part of it anyway. I lost half of my bait. But let me get it back out there. Oh, let me see if I can get back up here without standing up in the rocks again. All right. That's part of the problem with fishing here is all the rocks. It's really hard to keep your line out of them. I almost might need bigger weight. Just that way, it'll keep everything down to the bottom while I'm trying to come back up. So, it's warm out here, you guys. It's about 40 degrees cooler here than my house, but it's still pretty warm. I'm hoping we catch something good today. So, there's 90 here. You guys are pretty quiet. How's everybody doing today? There's a Coast Guard boat right here. Just chilling. Get a zoom in on him. He's just chilling right there. Kind of waiting for somebody in the channel to do something stupid. Because this is the main channel in and out of the bay. I think I'm getting hit right here. Can't tell if that rod was getting hit with that crab or if what's going on with it. It's tipping and tapping. It might be a hit. Something's playing with it. Something's playing with it. Might be kelp. I think it's kelp. No, something's down there definitely tapping on it. Come on, fishy. That's in the kelp. I can feel it. I can feel it in the kelp. And I think I lost my bait. I did. If I'm not careful bringing it up through here, I'm going to lose my rig as a whole. All right, so I need to upsize my weights here because this is not sinking all the way to the bottom like it should. I mean, it is, but it's not sinking fast enough. So I will cut the Carolina rig, find a bigger, better weight. I have a big bullet weight, number 30 bullet weight. I have some big 3-ounce in my bag there, but I want to kind of conserve those for the bigger rods because I don't have a bunch of them. So what I'll do is I'll just throw on 2 bigger weights. So I'll throw on this guy and that guy. I've got 2 weights instead of 1. And see what happens. And man, there's only 3 people left. Well, that fucking sucks. Tells me that YouTube is not pushing my channel out. So thanks for helping, YouTube. I really appreciate it. Really like how you don't push us little guys' channels out, but what can you do, you know? All we can do is keep on making content and hope one of these days it sticks. I'm getting so close on watch hours on my channel that I think that's why YouTube's not pushing me out. I don't think they want me to get to my watch hours. All right. Let's see if we can get this to cooperate. Okay. Some of these knots are really hard to tie with braid because the braid doesn't, the loops don't stay open when you twist it. Guys, I'm going to give this a few more minutes, and if we don't start getting some people in the channel here, I'm going to actually end the live and restart it because I really figured we'd be able to get some more people in the channel, but apparently not. I don't understand why. For quite a while, I'd been getting really good views. And then all of a sudden, YouTube did their like upgrades and all that stuff. And once they did that, I just stopped getting views on my channel. Don't know what happened. Not sure if like I pissed them off or something or what, but they just quit pushing my content. Okay. These little shrimp things are really difficult to hook. I thought they'd be, what are they? They are sand shrimp. I thought they'd work a lot better than they do, but they're really difficult to keep on the hook. Okay. All right. What I'm going to try to see if I can do, there we go, is I'm going to try to see if I can get the hook through in 2 different spots. There we go. All right. Now, let me get this thing out in the water and see what happens. All right, there it's going. There it's going to hit bottom and stay, so I'll actually be able to bring my line up to the holder. Okay. Yeah, now it's coming off the reel with the bail open without me having to. All right, there we go. Let me get that a little tighter. All right, we should be okay now, I think. All right, how many we got here? We got 3 here. So here's what I'm going to do, guys. Since YouTube's not pushing the channel out, nobody in the chat is chatting. We'll see y'all later. I'm going to end this and come back.